Hello friends! Today I want to show you my new trolling motor with remote control. I'll also give you a full tour of my kayak setup, and hopefully we'll catch some big fish along the way. Let's go! My trolling motor is a Haswing Cayman 55 pounds, designed for both saltwater and freshwater use. It's powerful, reliable, and can be controlled remotely, making it a great addition to my fishing setup. Also, those of you who have watched my videos before may notice that I moved the battery from the stern to the bow of the kayak. This change helps improve weight distribution and overall balance on the water. There are important reasons for this change. When the waves are high and I increase the motor speed above the third setting, the bow rises out of the water. As a result, the rear scupper drains become less effective and can get overwhelmed, so water doesn't drain properly and starts collecting in the rear storage area. For this upgrade, I bought a set of automotive jumper cables because they were the right gauge and length for the job. This allowed me to relocate the battery to the bow without significant voltage loss and keep the wiring setup simple and reliable. You can also see a piece of plywood where the motor is mounted. I added it because the motor mount is wider than the mounting plate on my kayak, so the plywood provides a solid and secure surface for attaching the motor. My battery is a 100 ampere-hour lithium-ion battery, and its battery box includes several useful features: over-voltage and overload protection, protection from sunlight and water exposure, a built-in voltmeter, USB ports, and 12-volt automotive-style outlets for charging devices. It's a very convenient setup for long days on the water. In the future, I plan to use this power system to run a special compressor and refill a scuba diving tank directly from my kayak, which should make my diving trips even more self-sufficient. And this is my fish finder, the Garmin Striker 4. It's a simple and reliable unit that helps me locate fish, monitor water depth, and better understand the underwater structure while I'm out on the water. To be honest, I've been using it for 2 years, and I still haven't really learned how to use it properly. Most of the time, when it shows fish, even a lot of fish, I don't get any bites. And when the fish are actually biting, the fish finder often doesn't show any fish at all. I guess I still have a lot to learn about reading sonar and understanding what it's really showing me underwater. My trolling rods are fairly budget-friendly, but they've performed surprisingly well. Once, while trolling, I hooked a huge log and actually managed to pull it in. Of course, fishermen like to exaggerate the size of what they catch, but I'd say that piece of driftwood was at least 4 feet long and probably weighed around 40 pounds. This motor is definitely more powerful than my previous one, and makes the kayak faster on the water. However, I'm not really happy with how precise the remote steering is. It tends to oversteer, so I constantly have to correct it left and right to keep a straight line. Most anglers usually travel to their fishing spots using a gasoline motor and only switch to a trolling motor once they arrive. That setup works really well. But on a kayak, I can't run two motors, so I have to rely on just one system. I also have a foot pedal for steering, but it's really only comfortable when standing, not when sitting in a kayak. On top of that, the motor is quite heavy for my setup, and it lifts the bow of the kayak. Because of all this, I'm actually switching back to my old motor with a tiller that I modified for foot control. It gives me much better precision and control, and it keeps my hands free for fishing, which is the most important part.
Oh, good.
And here's a bite. A nice freshwater drum decided to go for my favorite crankbait. Let's give it a quick thank you and release it back into the water. I forgot my fish pliers at home, so I have to unhook the fish by hand. It's really not convenient at all.
Put it in there.
Thanks for watching and for the support. See you in the next video.